Welcome to the Yelp Insights and Knowledge video series. In this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 types of consumers. The first type that I have identified is the couponers and the Grouponers. This type of individual is one where price is the number one and main concern for this individual. They want to feel like they're getting a deal or they're getting over on a business. These people tend to or may not even have any type of brand loyalty. They really aren't concerned with who they're working with or where they're at. They're just wanting to make sure that they can get a deal. This is not a negative thing. Some people are just strapped, or they're struggling, or they're trying to get by, and they really aren't concerned about all of the other stuff. They just need to get that done and taken care of. Some, though, are also expectant, as if they're owed something or if they have something coming to them just because. They will move from company to company, mixing up who they work with, kind of like a hodgepodge. But again, not a big deal. That's just the way that they do things. And I love this quote. The problem with the race to the bottom is that you just might win. So if you run a business just purely based off of coupons or Groupons or whatever else, then you might end up finding yourself in a position that you can't dig your way out of. This is why I'm creating this video series, so then that way you can harness the power of Yelp and other digital real estate spots. So then that way you can create profiles that attract more people, which will ultimately create more social proof for you. The next type of consumer that I've identified is the star counters. These are individuals who mainly just go off of a star count. Who has the most 5-star reviews? That's who we're going to work with. If 5,000 other people have given them a 5-star review, then I'm probably going to buy that product, or I'm probably going to go there. Or again, it's whoever's first, these people, that's where they're going to choose. It's also an indicator for the other types of consumers, and we'll get into that more later. So for these types of individuals, research shows that 91% of people regularly or occasionally read online reviews before making a purchase, and that 84% of people trust online reviews, similar to a personal recommendation from a loved one or a best friend. And 68% of people form an opinion after reading between 1 to 6 reviews online about a business. So if you are consistently getting beat up by people leaving reviews, these star counter will probably be like, next, let's look at the other option. And it's that easy. Let's look at the other option. Because as I pointed out in the video about how to get reviews and where Yelp is used, it showed that 81% of, traffic is from a Yelp or from a mobile device. So for star counters, the number one tool in their decision-making process is that star count review. 5-star providers will generally be chosen first, and responses are key, especially to the negative comments. Many times, if 2 or 3, star provider is an option, well, they're losing clients. And I highly recommend those people to beef up their reviews as well as their profiles to attract more people. I mean, Amazon just made Jeff Bezos the richest man in the world from star counts. The next type of consumer that I've isolated, I call them the socials. These are the individuals where imagery is where it's at. These are the people that focus on the photos. From that point, these are the, oh my God, that looks amazing. With a photo, the human brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. And 90% of the information transmitted to the brain is all visual, meaning humans, once we see something, we process it, we make our own determination as to whether or not that's appealing or not, moving us forward if we're going to implement and then execute. I know that's a lot to say, that pictures is where it's at. The prettier the picture, the more engagement you're going to ultimately have. And so with that, image is everything. These type of individuals expect high resolution photos, so please be conscious of that. Pixelated photo will And especially if it's the first photo, will have people bouncing every time. Or if your business is highlighted with the very first photo as a plate of food with a fork sitting on it and it's half eaten, that's not really going to draw people in. That's not showing how you're motivated about giving consumers the best experience possible. And presentation is appreciated. It's how is it displayed? And these are instant decision makers. If the star count is high and the photos look good, perfect, game on, let's go. And they feel through imagery, like as a lot of us. The next type of client that I've identified is the researchers. These are your savvy, a little bit logical customers. Important factors to them are price is comparable to others, the review count is high, and the photos are appealing with depth. So again, you grab their attention with your high star count. You have a 4.5 rated, you're 5 rated, or even a 4-star rated. Maybe you have some indicators, such as the enhanced profile or the verified license. And from that point, you've caught their attention. Well, then they're going to look at your photos. And if your photos look nice, they're like, all right, let me read a little bit more about them. These researchers know that their time is valuable, and they're going to use their time to make the best decision possible. They are technology and internet enthusiasts, or they just want details on specifics. They're looking for answers to questions, and they really have a done right the first time mentality. These individuals want to make sure that they're going to make the best decision possible for their household revenue, the revenue for their business, and they want to get a glimpse and an overview of the information and just kind of read about it to get that warm fuzzy. The next type of client that I've identified is the librarians. And this is my favorite type of client. And admittedly, this is probably more me than I, and that's just where it's at. When I was in the Navy, I was essentially a librarian, a keeper of information. And as the everything technician or the electronics technician, it was our responsibility to know a lot about a lot of everything. Your librarians are going to be the people that are going to be careful and calculating consumers. They will research every scrap of DNA about a business before they pull the trigger to purchase. Once you've captured them, you will have loyalty to the brand and the organization, and they will continue to use you year after year. With the librarians, even if you mess up, they're going to give you another chance. They have come to the logical conclusion that you are the obvious choice. You are the one that they want to work with. So once you've proven that you are reputable and that you can come through, then from that point, that's when they take further steps to want to work with you more. These individuals are going to source multiple companies, and they're going to research multiple sources of information. If there's no providers in the area, well, then they'll probably just expand their search and go further out to get done what they need accomplished. They want to solve the biggest problems first. They want to make sure that everything's taken care of, that it's handled, and so then that way they can get back to doing what they do. They may be slow to decide, and they'll think over the decision, but once they do, their body, their soul, their who they are will feel very comfortable about the decision. So as we look at this, we have the couponers, the star counters, the socials, the researchers, and the librarians. If you can create a business or an organization based off a strong foundation of librarians, people who have looked over your content, people who love what you do, that appreciate the imagery that you're creating, as well as the time and effort that you're putting into the reviews, responding to messages, well, that's going to have them stay with you longer. And that is going to help you have a base that is strong. And from that point will allow you to further build, get your researchers, get your socials, get your star counters, the couponers, right? You want to make sure that you're building a strong foundation. So through all of this, from the video about the Yelp insights on how Yelp is used, where Yelp is used, the demographics, and now understanding the 5 types of clients, I'm giving you a chance to make some changes so hopefully you can grow your business, because really that's the core of all of this. Humans helping humans. I am here delivering my insight. You help deliver your goods and services to the community and world. Me, I've been studying the Yelp platform for probably about 12 years now. And this is my opportunity to share with the world, because we are all going to have to rebuild with everything opening back up. There is going to be a huge influx of people who are going to need that warm fuzzy to know that it's going to be safe to go into your business, to shop with you. They're even just wondering if you're open, if you made it through. So the whole point is to make sure that you understand who's using Yelp, how they're using it, where they're using it. So then that way you can make the best decision possible for your business and hopefully have a mindset shift to where you start working with Yelp to grow. As a licensed real estate salesperson in the state of California, I use that as an advisor with Transworld Business Advisors to help people buy and sell businesses. So when a client comes to me and they want to sell their business, one of the first things that we look at is the foundation. How does the logo look? How does the external marketing look? Because the numbers, we can't really do much about that. But the marketing and how it's being marketed, how the business is being marketed, we can make immediate changes on that. You want to get a higher price for your business? Marketing better be in place. And the more that you have in place to where then you can pass that information down to the new buyer, well, that's going to help the new buyer be that much more successful with what he wants to do. So you see the chain? It's me helping you understand what needs to get done so you can turn your business into a wonderful asset that you can then turn around and sell. And then from that point, have a new buyer come in, take what you've already done, maximize your efforts with a shorter learning curve. They don't have to learn everything all at once because you built the foundation for them. Now they can really do what they need to do to generate the revenue so then they can be successful and enjoy their investment. It's all, like I said, humans helping humans, and it's a full circle for everything. This has been my pleasure to provide you with this information. If you have any questions whatsoever, please go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Also, I'd love to hear what your consumer type is. Are you a couponer, admittedly? Are you a star counter? Are you a social? Are you a researcher, or do you feel as though you're a full-blown librarian for every decision that you make, when you're finding a new business or you're going to a new place? Look forward to interacting with you in the future. Please go ahead and keep checking out the rest of the videos in this series. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, interact with me, leave me some comments. I need to hear where you're at so that way I can help you. All right. Other than that, keep it funky, Earthlings. Haha. Ooh, there we go, right there.